Guitar freaks, what's up? It's Pete Thorn. Hey, guitar legend and my good buddy, Mr. Steve Stevens, was kind enough to invite me into the rehearsal studio the other day to see his new band, DEADLAND Ritual, featuring Matt Sorum, Frankie Perez, and Mr. Geezer Butler. They were rehearsing, and hey, I'm so stoked he gave me a full run-through of his brand new guitar rig. The chance to do this kind of came up last minute, so camera work's a little shaky. I just grabbed a couple cameras, ran over there and did it. The audio's not always perfect. Bear with me, folks. I think it's worth it for this cool content. All right, without further ado, on Badass Guitar Rigs, it's Steve Stevens. Good people, what's up? It's Pete Thorn, and hey, I'm here with my
Pete Thorn.
Oh,
you're Steve Stevens.
I get to be Steve Stevens today? Yeah. I wish, just for a day. I wish. My old friend Steve Stevens has been kind and gracious enough to allow us to do a little rig walkthrough here and tell us about his new guitar rig. He's about to embark on a new tour and new adventure with DEADLAND Ritual.
Matt Sorum on drums.
Yeah, fantastic.
Bass player, people might be familiar with, Geezer Butler.
Yes.
Frankie Perez, vocalist.
So exciting.
Yeah, and we just, we're actually we're mates rehearsal, and in a small room just down the hall here is where we kind of initially started.
Okay.
And it was just like, like any other, kind of like garage band. Let's all get in a room, the four of us, and see what it sounded like. And for me as a guitar player, having Geezer is just like,
I can't imagine.
It's such a foundation. So cool. And even when he'll do a run or something fast, you never lose the bottom end.
Wow.
So as a guitar player, you kind of like, it's an open space to do whatever you want. So it's been really great. We're going to go out and play a bunch of original stuff, and then obviously the legacy material as well.
Right.
Some Black Sabbath, Velvet Revolver, a couple of Billy Idol things.
It's going to be a hell of a good show.
Yeah. I mean, it sounded really good in here. So and we're having fun.
So is there going to be a full album?
There will be, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We actually thought we'd be in the studio before doing the tour. To me, there's a real advantage of getting in front of an audience and playing this stuff before you record it.
Yeah.
It's the stuff you'll discover about it and how an audience reacts. Tempos, arrangements, all that stuff we get to try out. So I think there's definitely an advantage to doing it this way.
So for folks watching, where should they be looking out for the gigs? It's Europe right now, right?
All the festivals in Europe, and then we'll swing back. There's a couple of festival dates in the States, and then also a full-on, probably a smaller venue tour in the States before we go in recording.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Amazing. And so, I just got to ask, you grew up with Sabbath, listening to Sabbath, so now you're in a band with that guy playing bass.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It must be really exciting.
It's pretty wild. I mean, the amazing thing is I'm such an Anglophile, and probably like you two, that period of, music that came out of England in the late 60s, the early 70s. It's like the blueprint for great guitar playing and great music.
Yeah.
And it's just great to sit with him. And, the fact is that, that first Sabbath record was recorded in one day.
Yeah.
And it's like,
amazing?
yeah, and they would, I'd say, I'd have a question about something, and, well, what's this thing? Well, I don't know, we were just jamming. That's why there's odd bars, and there's, Tony Iommi will come in with a guitar thing, not, at the middle of the third bar or something, because they're jamming. They're not. It's that, and that's that natural thing of, just being a real band with guys that are, actually communicating and in a room together.
Yeah.
So it's really cool, and he's such a gentleman, and it's he's everything you'd hope a guy from Black Sabbath would be.
That's great to hear.
Yeah. And it's a real deal, man.
So you must be bringing a lot of that element into the music of this band, and that just jammy, trying to sort of organically let things happen on the spot.
Trying to, yeah.
So cool.
We had one after, initially I demoed up some songs, and then it's, Keith, you got any riffs? Yeah, okay. So he came over with a CD full of riffs, and every one of them was just incredible, and it was just, oh, I like that one. You know, we'll just like, I was just saying, even a cherry pick. Oh, I like, you know, let's use that one.
It's like a dream.
Because the Billy Idol thing was never riffy. You know, it was always chord based, and so it was like a little bit of a adjustment for me to kind of like get into writing riffs and stuff. And now it feels really natural, but at first, you know, I really relied on Geezer to come up with some of the riff things, so I could get in his headspace about how you go about doing it.
So over the years, I know you've played obviously with Billy, and then Atomic Playboys, Vince Neil. This might be, as far as I can think of, maybe your fourth band, though, that I can think of, that where you're kind of going out doing a record and going out playing live, really, right?
I've, you know, Frankie and I and Matt have talked about doing a band for so many years.
Yeah.
Because Matt has Kings of Chaos, and we always play together.
Right.
And we'd be like, you know, we should be a band, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just so awesome to like actually see this through. See something that we always like dreamed we'd be able to do, and obviously having a bass player like Geezer in it, it's just like, oh yeah. You know,
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Incredible. I'm excited for you. I can't wait to see you guys play. So let's talk a little bit about what you're using for this tour, because you got a whole new pedalboard rig and amp rig that we're going to take a look at, right? Maybe we should start with guitars. Has anything changed in the guitar department with the Nags?
There's a lot of, well, the you know, these, I'm still, you know, we've gotten the Nags SSC, which is the Steve Stevens Classic. We've got it to the point where I don't want to change a damn thing about it.
Really cool.
Pickups, everything is, you know, it's really exactly the way, you know, it took a number of years. There's a lot of down-tuned stuff on it, so I found in the studio that the Evertune bridges really kept me in it was crazy, because the double track, we record a track, and you know, you double track guitars, and they'd swing, you know, from left to right a little bit, and then I tried with Evertune, and it didn't even sound double track because it was so in tune.
Oh my God!
So we found we had to use one guitar with the Evertune and one guitar without, so we'd get this stereo image.
To get a little bit of variation.
A little bit of swing between the two of them.
So it's that good. Wow.
Yeah. So I've got this on. This is the first Nags we put this on, and it's been great. It's been really fantastic.
Now, you got to stay once you have a guitar set up with that bridge. For those that don't know, the Evertune is kind of like it's like a perfectly in tune all of the time setup, where it's using a mechanical system, I think, of kind of springs and things in the back to keep the strings at a constant tension.
No electronics at all.
No electronics. Yeah. But once you get the guitar set, the tuning, for instance, I don't think you can do drop D or anything, right? Like switch it up.
No, you have to go in and retune it.
So would you have guitars with different Evertunes for different tunings?
Exactly. That's exactly. We've got a lot of. There's a lot of stuff in E flat, and then there's some original stuff that's down as low as C.
Okay.
So and I found without the Evertune, that was really like, even when we went to heavier string gauges, 52s, 54s, it was really swinging against the bass. So we used the Evertune. So this guitar is in D, standard tuning, but down a whole step.
So in listening to the band at rehearsal, as well as at that first Troubadour show, I was actually really blown away with just how in tune they sounded. It was really incredible. Frankie Perez has great intonation as a singer, but beyond that, with the Evertune bridge, Steve can actually set his guitars up, so even in low drop tunings, the low strings will stay perfectly in tune even when hitting them hard. And then on the top strings, you've still got bendability and vibrato, so he's going to demonstrate that for us now.
And what's cool about it is, you know, you get into a range where you can, it won't even move.
That's amazing. It must be.
But then, go sharp.
I see.
So the way I like it is to have my bottom two strings not give me too much swing, not too much vibrato, and then the higher strings be able to play exactly like a standard guitar.
Incredible. So you can actually kind of fine-tune that by changing up the tuners.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never even thought of that. And it must be incredibly freeing to have this now.
Whack away on this thing, and you know.
No worries. Right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, any windmills that I do, I'm not gonna knock the guitar out of tune. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Is there any kind of downside? Is there any guitar that you're using with a traditional bridge for?
A lot, yeah. I have two guitars with the Evertunes on them.
Okay.
The other ones are all traditional, but eventually I'm going to start adding more and more to them for this particular band.
You know, as far as pickups, since these look a little different than what I'm used to seeing you with, is it mostly cosmetic, or is it double rows of screws?
Yeah, this is these are bare knuckles, and
Okay.
I call Tim at bare knuckles.
Yeah.
And one of the things about the Aberdeen is it's not as bright as a stop tailpiece.
Okay.
So and it does change the output of the guitar a little bit. The string is not quite as lively. So I found that if I compensated, it's just different. It's not in a bad way. It's just different.
Okay.
So I explained that to Tim, and I said I need a higher output pickup, a little bit brighter. What do you got? And he suggested these, and it's worked out really well. I have no idea what they are.
They just sound good. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a custom wine that he did.
Yeah.
You know, everything is kind of loosely based. I always base it off the mule. That's the starting point. Make me a mule that's hotter, or maybe a mule that has the Rebel Yell pickup is a mule that has a mid-range hump to it and a little bit hotter. But everything, that's the first pickup that I got from them. And that's the one I always go, start with that, and then, you know.
I see.
Yeah.
Wow, cool. Okay. Well, and then beyond that, you're coming out of there, and it looks like you're using cable, eh? No wireless for this tour?
I never use wireless in rehearsal, and I'll probably use wireless on some of the festival dates, but anytime it's a small stage, you know, cable, it just, you can't, you know, I've never found a wireless that sounds as good as a cable.
Right, it's that direct connection. You're not
Yeah,
dealing
it's
with,
just-
as good as wirelesses are these days, it's still a little bit of a crapshoot, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the new pedal board, right? Dave Friedman just finished this for you, right?
Yeah, it's, as much as it looks complicated, it's really simple.
Okay.
All of this stuff that's on this side of the board, all these pedals, are switched in and out by the mastermind.
Okay.
And they're in front of the amp.
Okay.
And then everything that's in the send and receive, delays and chorus and all of that stuff is being switched in from the Line 6 Helix.
So that's all running through the effect loop.
That's
to
all the
amplifier.
post stuff, yeah.
My guess is you've probably got that Koji Sir compressor in right up front, loop one
Exactly,
or something.
yep.
And the vibe machine for your vibe sounds.
Yeah, that's early on in the chain.
And solo Dallas as well, eh?
Yeah, I mean we've got my Rockaway pedal, and gives me a nice kind of mid-range solo sound.
I see you got the mids boosted a bit with the EQ,
Yeah,
eh?
exactly. And I'm always fussing with that.
Right.
And then this guy is also used for a little bit of boost, but just a little compression and kind of a little air in it. You know, this is I found really nice. Also for solos, but also for rhythm stuff where I want the quiet stuff to come up, but I don't want to boost my level.
I see.
So, and then we have two noise gates in line so that when I switch these guys in, they're nice and quiet.
Okay, so those are in line with the two overdrives.
With the 2 units, yeah.
And a Boss Fuzz. Those are cool, right? That
That
new.
was your recommendation, Pete. Yeah, because it plays well with buffers, which a lot of fuzz don't.
Yeah, they work great on a pedal board for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Whammy Ricochet.
whammy ricochet. I'm not doing much whammy stuff, but I use that for some stuff in Rebel Yell. There's a really cool thing at the end of War Pigs where there's that. I take great pride in doing this. I can replicate the record.
That's amazing. That's amazing. It sounds perfect. That's really incredible.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Just fun things like that. And in this place, we've been messing around with different pedals, and this is actually
That guy, right?
yeah, he's actually a synth. He's a synth generator with a sequencer in it.
Super cool.
So I throw that in solos and stuff, and you know.
That's awesome.
I always have some goofy pedal that you know, looking for something. You know, I usually use a ring modulator, but
Right.
for this, I thought, oh, let me see what kind of weirdness I can get out of it.
And then you've got the RJM, which is incredible, especially for a guy like me that doesn't see so good, because it's just
This thing
amazing.
is, and it took no time to learn it.
Really,
Yeah.
really easy to program.
Oh my God, yeah, it's so easy, and you know, it's got a great editor on the computer, and it's so well thought out, and room to grow, and you know, I mean, it's
Sure.
that's an incredible piece of gear.
And the line 6 is in the loop doing delay and verb.
Right, exactly.
Loops of the
Yeah,
amps.
anything I want. And what's nice is it's got we have a noise gate on it.
Oh, okay.
So
So the
I mean,
gate-
the rig is very quiet to begin with, but that really quiets it down. So.
Yeah, you can definitely hear it coming up
Yeah.
and down in noise. So you've got 2 different Friedman heads here now, right? That you're using?
Yeah, this is a BE that Dave did for me with some new old stock parts in it, and
Oh, really?
and
Cool.
I actually used this. This was my main recording amp for the sessions with Deadland.
Okay, cool.
It's just a beautiful sounding amp and has some Celestian greenbacks in there.
Does it differ much from other amps like the Steve Stevens 100 that you've used in the past?
Not too much. It's,
Yeah?
it's pretty similar.
Pretty close?
Yeah, I mean, we went a little crazy. I got this vintage grill cloth, which probably cost as much as as anything as the and it's I forgot the name of the company, but they offer it online as this kind of old school grill cloth.
It looks incredible.
It's got a kind of a nylon, like a rubbery kind of thing, but I guess this was the original Marshall style grill cloth.
And hey, anything in front of the speakers filters them, eh?
It does
So-
filter it a little bit, yeah. It smooths it out a little bit.
yeah.
And then this is one of my Steve Stevens cabinets. This actually has creambacks in it.
Creambacks, okay.
Yeah, so we loaded those, and just to have 2 different, tonalities.
Yeah.
And then this is the BE 100 Deluxe, which is just, I mean, there's nothing this amp won't do. And it gives you the flexibility. What's nice is you have a separate volume
Yeah.
for the HBE channel.
Okay.
So for solos, if I really want to, step up in level, you have that capability. Dave gets it. I mean, I just,
You've been working with them a long time.
yeah, over 20 years now. So.
Basic
You guys have
rhythm tone, huh?
earplugs in. What? Stepping on this lead thing brings in the some delay and brings in the rockaway.
Cool. Sounds amazing. So just a bit of a gain bump, bit of a mid bump. And do you are you doing much clean with the band, or is it?
A little bit. There's
yeah.
a couple of little things where we, I mean, that's what's great about this unit. You
Well, I can't thank you.
Oh, Pete,
man.
no,
It's fantastic. Thanks for letting us come in here.
My pleasure.
Thanks, Steve. All right. Wow, that was awesome. I'm so stoked. I can't thank Steve enough for having us into the rehearsal studio to give us that great run through of his brand new guitar rig. He's just the nicest guy in the business, and yeah, that was just a lot of fun. Hey, check out Deadland Ritual for sure at the links down in the video description below. They do have 2 singles and 2 videos out right now, and there's going to be a full album coming soon. Be sure and catch them live because they put on a killer show. They sound incredible live. You're going to see a great mix of old tunes and new tunes, and it's just great to see a band kicking ass playing rock and roll. Please hit subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit the little bell beside the subscribe button, and you will get an alert every time I put out a new video. I am Pete Thorn. Thanks for watching this episode of Badass Guitar Rigs. Over and out.